Hello, Mark Larsen here from a Dreamcatcher podcast. Well, this was a little bit different. Actually, I was inspired by a 10-year-old at Walmart a little bit ago. Um, got some of my Christmas decorations here. Got my Santa hat on, you know, right here. Um, yeah, it was inspired by, like I said, this 10-year-old, and he was so bright-eyed, and he was like we all used to be at that age. I mean, he was so excited about Christmas and everything, and his energy was epic. And, and I got to thinking, it's like, so what happens from the time with his age to when you become an adult? Um, you know, I don't think most of us want to lose that energy. I think we, are told that we need to grow up, and, and I think, yes, we do. We become adults, but I think so many of us take that meaning as we need to grow up and basically get rid of our inner child. And I'm here to tell you, I'm 63, just turned there at the beginning of the week, and I'm surrounded with Christmas. Um, I've always loved Christmas. I think because my birthday is in December, um, but I haven't lost that. Um, and you would think that if I was gonna be like most adults, that I'd have lost that by now. So why did I not lose it? And a good share of people do. And what happens from that 10-year-old to I don't know if this 10-year-old will lose it. He was amazing. He was so excited. And yeah. And I think, you need to keep that enthusiasm and that bright-eyed, wonder to catch your dreams. Um I think it's much more difficult to catch your dreams when you become quote unquote an adult, responsible, you push down or get rid of your inner child. I don't think it actually goes away. I think we just squelch it so much that we don't realize it's still there. And I'm here to tell you that you can be an adult, but you don't have to get rid of your inner child. I'm proof of that right now. In fact, I'm going to ask some hazelnut coffee. So I guess you can kind of make an adult from hot chocolate, but I just think that so many of us think that we get to be an adult, and we kind of want to be an adult. That's as a kid you want to be, but I think once you find out that this isn't what I thought I was going to be, you want to go back, but then it's hard to because you have been showing your responsibilities, and you better pay your bills on time and do all that as a good citizen and everything. And yeah, and I'm not saying you don't do that. Um, but I am saying that you can still do amazing things. You know, what is it that you liked when you were a child? You had to, I would think most children have dreams and stuff like that. And they're like this kid that I saw a little bit ago, so enthusiastic. How do we lose that enthusiasm? And how do you get it back? And I think it's maybe harder to get back once you kind of think you've lost it, because it's like, oh, it's like so much work. It's just like all this decorating that Cheryl and I've done, and I will do a video, probably maybe a podcast of all the amazing Christmas stuff I have around me. I'm so blessed. Um, I mean, this right here was one that Cheryl's mom and dad got us a few years back. I mean, so many things, but for one thing, I think you get your enthusiasm back by doing things that you love to do. And we all have stuff we love to do. There's something that pretty much some like to cook, some like to exercise, work out, um, collect things, collect baseball cards, go fishing. There's so many. It's endless because each of us has an individual thing that lights us up, and I think when we get that back, no matter what the age, you are kind of like that kid. You see the world as a lot better place. And I'm not to say that there isn't things that go on as an adult and as a child too that wants to squelch that down. And but it is kind of to a point a decision. I know there's this gal on I watch her on her reels on Instagram, and she's had, oh my gosh, had so many things, but she still is amazingly upbeat. And I'm sure she has to make that decision to be that way, maybe by the second. Um, but you just don't let society dictate. and then don't grind. You know, I've said this many times on here. I never work a day. Even when I was doing handyman, I really didn't because I enjoyed it so much. Probably 90% of the time, I enjoyed it. Loved the people, and so I really wasn't working there, and that had quite a bit of physical activity to it. But I look forward to it because I got to talk and meet people that were so cool, and I want to wake people back up that you don't have to do what they say you have to do. And it's like, I'm going to get another job. I'm going to get up at 3, whatever in the morning. And it's like, if you're a morning person, and I am, I think that's even a little early, but Cheryl would definitely think it is. My wife, she thinks I'm crazy as early as I get up already, but I enjoy that. And I love the morning. And that's another thing, enthusiasm. I love taking pictures. I definitely have gotten that from my mother. I love doing sunrises. Anybody who follows me on Facebook knows I put a lot of sunrises on there, but that lights me up, literally lights me up, the sunrises. But don't let anybody squelch your light, because it's your light and it was given to you for a reason. Just like I say, if a dream was given to you a reason, you have the wherewithal to live that dream. And I also say that you're going to have to go through trials and tribulations to build the strength to get and keep that dream, because you have to become the person that can keep that dream. But that's also, it's kind of fun because you're growing. And I think that's another thing that people don't want to grow after they get out of school. It's like, I'm done. I've got my diplomas. I either got college or high school, or whatever it is, and I don't need to learn anymore. And you do need to continue to learn. It's never ending. There's so many things to learn in the world anyway. And I think that keeps you young, and I think that keeps you with the wonder. It's like, I wonder what's going on over in that country, or what with all the volcanoes and earthquakes right now. I wonder what is going on there. Definitely. I feel for everybody that's affected by that. That's terrible. But just I when Cheryl and I go out and explore, and I'm a Sagittarius, and I think that is part of being a Sagittarius is I want to explore new things, and Cheryl's not, and she still does too. But we go and talk to people, and I'm just like a little kid when I talk to these people because I want to learn about them, their interests, and it just gives you such enthusiasm, and I will stay like that little kid today, that little man. Can you tell I liked him? He was very, very awesome. He just contagious with his enthusiasm, and I pray that he keeps that his whole life. But it's just like, don't let the world dictate who you are. You know you are. Sometimes we don't want to, sometimes it takes effort to show the world who we are, because it's kind of scary to be vulnerable. And I was that way for a long time. But who cares? Who cares? If you're happy with it, go for it. I don't care. That's another reason with being what I do. Nobody can tell me one way or the other. I get to decide. And that is one reason why I've been kind of self-employed most of my life. But even your boss, it's just like where they keep piling stuff on, and now they can send stuff home to work. It's like, no, that's not life. Work is not life. It's a part of life, but it's not life. Life is enjoying yourself. God didn't put you here to work 24/7 till the day you die. That is the employers that want to make money, and it's just like, well, we got somebody here that they want to keep their job, so they're going to keep working as hard as they can because, and it's like, if it's just like, well, somebody takes it, somebody takes it. And I know it's not easy to say when you're scrimping for money, but I can tell you, Cheryl and I've told you this many times, you can have all the money in the world, and one medical experience, I don't know if that's the right word, happens, and the money's gone. And then you have to surrender to God. And I know I've said that many times too, but surrendering to the situation has got a lot of power to it. And I've found out that a lot in the last few years. It just it's so powerful, because then you don't care. It's like, I'm going home now. I'm not taking any work over the weekend or whatever. And I'm going to go enjoy my life. And I'm not going to wait until I have enough money, enough time to do this. I'm going to do it. Waiting is a losing proposition, because you will wait yourself out to the day you're dead or you die. and then you didn't get to do it. And just like when we look forward to those 2 weeks of vacation or whatever you get, you're pumped, you're excited because you're going to be away from, you kind of get back that inner child, and the inner child is happy because I get to play a little bit, and play seems to be something, especially in the United States, that is looked down on, and and I mean, I wore this yesterday, my Santa hat, and people are like, aren't you a little old for that? It's like, maybe, don't care. I didn't know there was an age. But I'm still going to wear it. That's why I had to find it because I didn't know where I put it yesterday, but I finally found it. I do have a little bit of Christmas stuff, but I enjoy it. And I'm not going to apologize for who I am and what I do. And I'm doing these podcasts. So everybody might like, well, you don't have enough lighting. You're, not using a good mic. It is the way it is. Just like yesterday, I did one with a gentleman from Athens, Greece. Keith, he's very awesome, awesome man, and he actually is the podcast coming up next. Yeah, he's been through a lot, but he's got his inner child still there, and I think he's definitely on the path to really taking on the world, very much. But it's just, I get to do this. Nothing I do is work. Maybe working out is. Sometimes I feel like that the next day. But I love it. I love the why. I've told you that many times. It's family. Stop by there today. Yeah, and that's why when I go to the Blue Moon Coffee Shop, um, they're like family too. And yeah, I do drink coffee or whatever there, but I'm also doing work. What I quote unquote would qualify as work, but I don't feel like it's work because it's just getting ready for more podcasts and more posts and everything like that. And I enjoy it. And my inner child enjoys it because I get to be artistic, I guess. And Cheryl, that comes easy to her. That's kind of her forte. Mine has not been. It's gotten better, but it's my inner child is like, yeah, this is cool. And I think that is one thing about AI that I don't care for, is that I think that takes away the impetus for people to be artistic, imaginative, because AI, including this podcast, the recording software I use, will do it all for me. And the bad thing is about that is that it is that software, whatever you want to call it, doing it rather than me growing and being artistic. And I think that is a detriment, a long-term detriment. And I'm still out on AI thing. I think it's got a lot of positives, but I know from some of the stuff it's done with me on these podcasts and some of the wordage it puts in there is not good. But I'm not going to go that way. That's negative. I don't want to be negative. I want to be positive. Be positive that you're going to get your inner child back this Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate, or get it back just because it's today. Because your inner child is waiting to rediscover. Rediscover it, and because it wants to go out and play. And in the last year, I've actually been on a swing set. I actually went down a slide a few months ago, which seemed really weird, but it was kind of fun. But I hadn't done any of that stuff, and it's like, who cares? It might be weird that a 63-year-old guy's up on there doing, the slide, or swinging like you did as a kid, or whatever it is. Nothing's going to stop me, because that's what life's truly about. And that's how you get your dreams. That is your dream life, when you're not corralled by what other people in society thinks. So, yeah, I think I've gone on long enough on this. I'm going to have some more of my hazelnut coffee. Think I'm going to make some other, maybe make some cookies. So I do like to cook. I've always liked to cook. My inner child gets to play. We're going to have a bunch of recipes like I do always at Christmas that I make, especially this one caramel corn recipe, which is dangerous because I want to eat it all right away. And my inner child loves that, on more than one way, making it, and memories of my grandparents. And yeah. So don't let society, don't let anybody dim your inner child, because even if you don't think it's there, I guarantee you it's just dormant. I don't think it ever goes away. It might be tough to get it back, and it'll feel really weird doing your inner child. Do something crazy, just do something crazy. And And that depends on what you think is that. Maybe wearing a Santa hat would be crazy for you. It does feel weird because people look at you, but who cares? And it's freeing, that's for sure. So on that, I'm gonna go do some more stuff, and hope everybody's having a great day. I hope your holiday season is going excellent, and go find your inner child. So on that, take care, and we'll talk soon.